Hey guys, Jeremiah with Steps Pressure Washing and More. Today we're going to be doing a couple of house washes very close to home, and we're going to be trying out a new-ish technique. One of our viewers asked me this week why I don't use a surfactant, and my only reasoning was I've never really seen a difference in using surfactant and not using surfactant. And so I went into my garage and I pulled out some Cherry Surf. This is some surfactant that I got from the local pressure washing store about 2 years ago. And this is about the time that I stopped using surfactant because I really just didn't see a difference with using it versus not using it. So I actually read the label today, which I didn't do when I first got it, and it recommends to use between 1 and 8 ounces per gallon of mix. So I was probably using 1 ounce per 10 gallons of mix, so that might be one reason why I didn't see much of a difference. So today I'm going to be trying out 3 ounces, starting a little low. I'm going to be trying out 3 ounces per gallon of mix to see how this does. And it might not do a whole lot, it might do wonders, but I do know that the more surfactant you put in your mix, the more time it takes to rinse. So that is another thing too, in the sake of speed. Not using surfactant definitely speeds up the process, but I'm going to give it a shot today and see how long it actually takes me to rinse this thing. Alright, I'm going to get this mixed up. 3 ounces per gallon. I've got about 10 gallons of mix in there, so I'm going to add about 30 ounces, and we're going to see how well this washes and what difference it makes. Alright, so the first thing that I'm anticipating on using a surfactant is getting suds, rather than just relying on smell alone. And again, there we go. There's some suds. I've never used nearly this much surfactant on any job I've ever done. And I'm thinking maybe that's one reason why I never noticed a difference. But so far, not bad. Not necessarily worried about the additional cost of the surfactant, but I'm just wanting to make sure that we are providing the best product. So if this helps get it cleaner, or just overall makes it better or shiny or whatever, I'm down for it. Alright, so definitely, really so far, the biggest difference is suds, but I also feel like it's clinging a little bit to the underside. I don't know, maybe that's just because I can see the suds. I feel like it's clinging to the underside portion of the siding. You can see a lot of suds with 3 ounces per gallon of mix. Again, this is at a 10-to-1 in our 8 gallons per minute machine. And it is kind of nice smelling, rather than just the pure bleach smell that I'm used to. Ooh. Sunshine right there. Let's see if we can get, oh yeah, all these cobwebs. Get all those cobwebs out of there. The bleach should eviscerate those, I'm sorry, the SH should eviscerate those cobwebs. Alright, so very sudsy, but gets the job done. I don't think it helped at all with the rinsing of the spider webs. This home has a wonderful blend of spider webs and pine straw. So even if the spider webs weren't super noticeable, they get pine straw wrapped into them, and it definitely makes them very noticeable. The bubbles look really cool on the windows. It definitely gives you kind of that car wash feeling at this dilution. I couldn't imagine what it would look like at 8 ounces per gallon. I would probably spend my whole day out here rinsing. But the bubbles definitely give it kind of that car wash look. So if I was going to be doing like a promotional video or knew that I was going to have a client standing outside watching me, house full of kids like to see those bubbles, but I don't know if it's necessarily helped the process, or if it has improved the quality of the clean. It's just added a little bit of bubbles, and I don't think it added a whole lot of rinse time. I think I added a whole lot of rinse time, just trying to make sure that I'm not leaving anything behind. But it certainly looks cool. And if anything, maybe I'm saving a little bit of SH because I can see where I've applied it, and I know for sure when those suds hit that I'm pulling soap. So it's possible I'm saving a little bit, but definitely not enough to warrant the cost of surfactant. Coming on through, everything looks pretty good. But again, I don't think that was the surfactant. I think that this was really just the SH. Got a spot up here, I gotta re-rinse that. I really think that this was just the SH did its job. The surfactant might have helped it hang out a little longer, but altogether, I really just don't think that this improved my product. And that's the name of the game. Is this going to improve the value for the clients? And I don't think it does. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. I don't think surfactant really helps the process. I did quit using surfactant because of that. But I honestly think that SH alone would have done just as good of a job. That's our active ingredient anyway, so if I were to do something like a new construction, I might use a surfactant with no SH, but yeah, for now I'm thinking I'm just going to switch it back to SH, no surfactant, and save a little money on that. Alright, trying it here on a sunny part of this house, different house, if you weren't sure. Again, the soap looks really nice. Definitely gives the impression of a house wash, more so than just spraying a little bleach on there. A nice black attic vent right up here. I don't know if that's going to show up because it's in the shade, but definitely nice to see where you've hit, where you haven't. Not exactly sure the last time I washed this house, but it's been a little while. This was the first house I ever washed using soft wash method. And so far it has held up very well. Just getting it to wash every couple years. Alright, let that hang out. attic vent has already changed colors. Now onto a shadier spot on the house. Get that big bathroom window. Avoid the security camera best we can. Alright, so on rinse mode on this. It's coming out very nice. I love the white trim on this. And that white and blue mix. Carolina blue. Amazing to me the vibrance change. This is an area that I have not washed on the back of the house, and here's an area that I just finished. Just the brightness of everything that SH brings out is just phenomenal to me. I love it. I love the satisfaction of seeing that transformation. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and say I've been running 2 years with no surfactant, so using surfactant for me was kind of like a, hey, maybe I was missing something. I don't think so. I think that, you know, just using the SH diluted down to the correct mixture, unless you've got like a super dusty house, but that comes off with the rinse. I'm just not seeing the value of SH for me as a business owner, and I'm just not seeing it as something that's necessarily going to add a ton of value for the client. So I'm going to go ahead and make my personal thought of, yeah, I don't see it as a good investment. I don't see it as worthwhile. Slowed me down a little bit today as far as rinsing, whereas I wouldn't have had to. I mean, I know my rhythm, I know my mix, and I know that, you know, just a little bit of SH does the work. So I'm going to call it. I'm not going to use the surfactant unless I have to, or if it's on a specific job that would, I feel like would benefit. But my everyday mix, SH and water. All right, well, that's all I got for y'all today. Y'all be safe out there.